I'm Megan Harris. I work at Childers Elementary School, and this is me.
Beyond the numbers, scores, grades, and wins and losses, Lincoln County Schools desires to showcase real people, local families, real struggles, successes, and real stories that are part of our own untold story. This is a great place to work, learn, play, and grow, and we want our community to see the strength from our own. We are #LCS Strong to the Core. Megan, thanks for being a part of our story today and thinking about strength and strong to the core. How do you think your strength shows in your job every day?
I think I show strength in the fact that I'm able to help kids in a way that I think a lot of teachers might not understand because of what I've been through in my life, what I've experienced and how I've overcome that.
So talk about that. As a child, you started experiencing something and that has stayed with you through your adulthood. So talk about that for us.
Yeah, so in middle school, I was in middle school, I was shadow of my mom, and I didn't have my own identity. I was my I was Miss Harris's daughter, and I started having anxiety. And growing up, it kind of got worse and worse throughout high school, dealing with friendships and classes, and not really having an identity, and then worrying about everything. And then came college, which added another level of anxiety. I went off to college, had to leave my support system and go off by myself. And actually through college was some of my worst times and some of my best times. Starting off, I started out as a special education major, and my anxiety really got the best of me then. I went into some really low places of depression, and never really wanted to actually hurt myself, but I did think about it several times because of all the stress that I went through and the worry. And so I changed my major to speech therapy, thinking I'm going to do something that I never thought I would, and then I kind of went and pushed myself to therapy. I started going to therapy, and I started taking some medications. And so, yeah, I hit rock bottom in college, but I also found a way to push myself to go to therapy and get some help with it. Through that, I ended up graduating through Western, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was to the point where I was like, okay, I'm finally getting a little bit better, and I said, what do I want to do with my life now? So I started teaching preschool, and the smile of preschool students is what changed my life. Them coming in and how carefree they are, and they don't worry about anything. They don't care what's going on in the world, what they've said to somebody, who has said something to them. They're going to come with a smile on their face. They're going to come in and give you a hug every single day, and they're just going to love you. And through that is when I said, okay, I can do this. I can use what I've went through, and these kids can help me, and I can help them. So I decided to go in to finish my teaching degree.
Got it. And even today, how are you able to use your experience to help parents and help your students in conversation and in examples? So talk about that a little bit.
I used to not be able to talk about my anxiety. It took me a long time to admit that I had anxiety, and now that I'm so comfortable with it, and through my preschool experience, I have learned that I can use my anxiety to help others and help the kids. So I really tried to let the kids know up front, I have anxiety. I used to take medication. I used to have days where I didn't want to get out of bed. And I talk with them and I help them understand, and then I help them through it. So I help them understand what they're feeling. I give them ways to cope. I get down on their level and talk to them. I cry with them. I try to really make them feel like someone cares.
Yeah. Anxiety as a whole is a very broad term. It's a very broad category. So nobody really has the same path with anxiety. So Talk about some of the stereotypes that you've experienced and maybe the generalizations that you are trying to overcome when people hear, oh, just suck it up, buttercup, move on, you'll be okay, move on, and it's really not that easy.
A lot of times people don't want to talk about anxiety, and they don't see it as anxiety. They see it as that child just wants this, or that somebody just wants this, or they're just sad, like get over it and move on like you said. But really, we need to start talking to the students and trying to figure out what's going on in their brains, and trying to, I try to ask them, okay, are you worried about something? How do you feel about that? What does your body feel like? Because when they start talking about their bodies feeling shaky, or their stomach or their chest tight, those are signs of anxiety, and just understanding them can make them open up to you, and then you can maybe talk to them and help them through the situation they're going through. Just letting them know you understand them has, to me, I've seen a huge help with my kids when I have them just know that I understand them.
Got it. So you think about almost a support opportunity. You mentioned you went to Western, and you experienced it as a student at Western, the ups and the downs, and so from a word of encouragement for adolescents, but also for college kids and even for young adults going through something like this, maybe undiagnosed, where would you say they need to go next?
The best thing is to acknowledge it. As soon as I said to myself, okay, I've got something going on, it's more than just a typical I'm sad or I worry, acknowledging that you have anxiety, and then trying to get help somehow through your parents, through a friend. And actually my parents were not the people I went to most of the time. I ended up going to a family friend and talking to her and just having her listen to me and not say a word. Just listen was the best thing. She was going through a lot worse than I was. She was going through cancer, and for her to be going through cancer and then to sit down and listen to somebody who people think, oh, it's just anxiety, it's just something little, meant that she cared and she understood. So finding that, I went to therapy, which helped, but not everybody's going to respond to the same thing. So finding a friend to talk to, journaling, therapy, medication, whatever it might be, to help you through it.
So you have an opportunity now to thank one person, many people, organizations, whatever. Who would you want to say thank you for helping you through, now probably the last 12, 13 years of your life?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have helped me. The woman who I talk to a lot, she's passed away now, but I would love to thank her for the time that she spent just listening to me. People at this school have been so helpful at Childers. Holly and Bergen both know what I'm going through, and they always are so supportive and help. My parents have helped me through this, they really do. And some of my friends have helped me too, but I just thank everybody who has just given me a little bit of support. And the support looks different for anxiety. Just telling me, hey, have a good day, or a smile, because a lot of times people with anxiety worry if what people are thinking about them. So am I doing something wrong? So just them giving me a smile and saying, good job.
So strength comes in many fashions, many forms. Ms. Scavo thought of you as one who models and exemplifies strength. Do you think you are strong?
If you would have asked me this a couple years ago, I would have said no. But now looking back on it and what I've been able to overcome, yes.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share a small part of my story I am proud to be a part of. #LCS Strong to the Core.